Welfare programs are vital globally, supporting those facing economic challenges in diverse regions like bustling European cities and remote Asian and African villages. These initiatives provide essential services such as food, healthcare, and housing, ensuring a safety net for vulnerable populations. Shifting focus to the United States, certain states stand out for their high welfare recipient numbers. This video delves into the top 10 states in the U.S. with significant welfare populations, influenced by factors like population size, economic conditions, and state policies. Each state's unique circumstances contribute to its ranking, reflecting varied approaches and needs across America. Number 10. Georgia. Georgia, much like other states in the U.S., faces significant challenges with poverty, particularly in its rural and urban areas. Despite the presence of dynamic cities such as Atlanta and Savannah, the state continues to grapple with deep-rooted socioeconomic disparities. Historically, the southern regions of Georgia have struggled with inadequate access to essential services like education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. The economic landscape has been further strained by the decline of traditional industries such as agriculture and manufacturing in recent years. Efforts to address these issues have been ongoing through various initiatives and programs. However, poverty remains a pervasive issue, leading a considerable number of residents to depend on welfare and other forms of government assistance. Currently, approximately 13,247 out of every 100,000 residents in Georgia rely on some form of welfare support, highlighting the persistent need for comprehensive strategies to alleviate poverty and enhance overall living standards for all Georgians. Despite challenges, Georgia has seen advancements in economic indicators like income growth and poverty reduction over the past decade. The gross national income, GNI per capita, has notably risen from $9,580 in 2010 to $15,804. This progress can be attributed to effective macroeconomic management strategies implemented during this period. However, structural deficiencies remain significant, particularly in the creation of high-quality job opportunities. Many Georgians still rely on low-productivity agricultural work for income, which limits economic mobility and perpetuates poverty cycles in rural areas. Improving access to quality education and healthcare, along with fostering diverse economic sectors beyond traditional industries, are crucial steps in addressing these challenges comprehensively. Number 9. Oregon. Oregon, situated in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, is renowned for its breathtaking natural landscapes and bustling urban centers like Portland. However, alongside its scenic beauty and urban vibrancy, the state grapples with persistent poverty and homelessness issues that affect both urban and rural communities. Historically, Oregon's economy thrived on industries like timber, which have since declined, leaving many areas economically vulnerable. This decline has been particularly felt in rural eastern Oregon, where economic opportunities are scarce and poverty rates remain high. Despite efforts to diversify the economy, the legacy of these industries persists in the form of economic hardship for many residents. In urban centers such as Portland, economic challenges manifest in the form of high living costs outpacing wage growth. Despite recent increases in the minimum wage, many Oregonians struggle to afford basic necessities due to the state's cost of living, which surpasses the national average by about 10%. This disparity contributes to a significant welfare rate in Oregon, reflecting the ongoing struggle to meet the needs of its population. Affordable housing is a critical issue statewide, exacerbated by the imbalance between housing supply and demand. Oregon has implemented various measures to address this issue, including funding for statewide development and rental assistance programs targeted at tenants with incomes up to 80% of the area median income. However, these efforts have not kept pace with the growing demand for affordable housing, further underscoring the challenges faced by low-income residents. Social programs and initiatives aimed at reducing poverty and homelessness are integral to Oregon's efforts to support vulnerable populations. Despite these efforts, the state continues to contend with a welfare rate that underscores the difficulty many residents face in accessing adequate support and resources. This underscores the need for sustained efforts to address economic disparities and improve quality of life across the state. Number 8. Mississippi. Mississippi, renowned for its cultural heritage and historical significance, faces profound socioeconomic challenges. The state ranks fourth in welfare recipients, with 14,870 per 100,000 residents, a stark indicator of its enduring struggle with poverty and economic stagnation. Mississippi's education system has historically been criticized for underperformance, especially in rural and inner-city areas. However, recent efforts have aimed at improvement. Initiatives like the Literacy-Based Promotion Act and Early Learning Collaborative Act, introduced around 2013, have bolstered early literacy and increased public funding for education. These reforms have borne fruit, elevating Mississippi's education ranking to its highest ever at 30th in the nation by 2024. Despite strides in education, Mississippi confronts significant economic hurdles. The state lacks major industries capable of providing substantial employment and driving growth. While sectors like aerospace and automotive manufacturing show promise, they are insufficient to counter widespread economic challenges. Agriculture remains vital, with 34,700 farms covering 10.4 million acres, yet it alone cannot support the populace, contributing to high poverty rates and welfare dependency. Interestingly, Mississippi's low cost of living has attracted new residents, potentially boosting tax revenues. However, this influx strains infrastructure and social services, necessitating careful management by the state government. Balancing these demands alongside continued investments in education and economic development is crucial for forging a sustainable future. Number 7. West Virginia. West Virginia, nestled amid the rugged Appalachians, boasts a rich cultural heritage but faces formidable socioeconomic challenges, particularly in poverty. It ranks among the highest in poverty rates nationally, with 17,141 residents on welfare per 100,000 people. Historically reliant on coal, the state's economy suffered as the industry declined, leaving many jobless and communities struggling. The lack of economic diversification has hindered recovery efforts. Moreover, educational and healthcare deficiencies exacerbate the situation. Subpar education diminishes workforce appeal, compounding unemployment issues. Limited healthcare access aggravates hardships for low-income families, worsened by prevalent physical and mental health problems, intensifying the poverty cycle. The opioid crisis has hit West Virginia hard, coinciding with the coal decline and escalating poverty. The resultant strain on social services amplifies welfare dependency. Despite challenges, initiatives are emerging to combat these issues. Policy changes promoting poverty reduction, like state child tax credits, promise significant benefits. Research underscores that increased income support for low-income families correlates with improved health and educational outcomes for children, boosting future earnings. However, recent policies favoring income tax cuts for the affluent highlight an unbalanced approach. West Virginia's socioeconomic intricacies reflect broader national concerns, highlighting the need for comprehensive strategies addressing economic diversification, education, healthcare access, and substance abuse. Sustainable solutions demand equitable policies, fostering economic growth, while supporting vulnerable populations. Number 6. Louisiana. Louisiana, nestled in the heart of the American South, boasts a rich tapestry of history and culture. Despite this vibrant heritage, the state contends with persistent poverty issues, consistently ranking among the highest in the nation. As of 2022, approximately 18.6% of Louisiana's population, equating to around 82,965 individuals, lived below the poverty line, a slight decrease from 19.6% in 2021. Louisiana holds the unfortunate distinction of being the second poorest state in the U.S., trailing only Mississippi. The factors contributing to Louisiana's entrenched poverty are multifaceted. Economic disparity is a long-standing concern, exacerbated by unequal access to quality education, especially in rural areas. Critics often point to the inadequacies of the state's public education system, perpetuating a cycle where children from low-income families struggle to access the resources needed to improve their circumstances. Natural disasters, notably Hurricane Katrina, have also dealt severe blows to Louisiana's economy and infrastructure. further impeding recovery efforts and economic growth. Despite these challenges, there is a paradoxical finding. Some of the happiest people in the United States reside in Louisiana's poorer communities. Explored in the documentary, Happy, this phenomenon underscores that strong family bonds, frequent social gatherings, and community festivals contribute significantly to residents' happiness. For these individuals, communal ties often outweigh material wealth, offering a distinctive perspective on the essence of happiness. In terms of welfare dependency, Louisiana faces significant challenges, with a substantial portion of its population relying on various forms of assistance. Approximately 17,340 out of every 100,000 residents are recipients of welfare, highlighting the ongoing economic struggles experienced by many Louisianans. This high dependency rate underscores the urgent need for comprehensive policy interventions aimed at addressing the root causes of poverty within the state. Number 5. New Mexico. New Mexico, like Louisiana, faces persistent challenges with high poverty rates stemming from a complex interplay of economic, educational, and historical factors. The state's economic landscape is heavily reliant on industries like oil and gas, tourism, and agriculture, which are susceptible to market fluctuations. This dependence contributes to economic instability, impacting a significant portion of the population. As of recent data, approximately 22.92% of New Mexico's residents rely on some form of welfare support. This statistic underscores the substantial reliance on government assistance within the state, highlighting the pervasive nature of poverty. The economic hardship is particularly acute in smaller, remote communities where access to essential services and economic opportunities is limited. Efforts to combat poverty in New Mexico have shown some progress in recent years through various income support programs. Initiatives such as AMP Medicaid, housing vouchers, and tax credits like the Working Families Tax Credit, FHCC, and Low-Income Comprehensive Tax Rebate, LICTR, play a crucial role in lifting families out of poverty and providing a safety net for vulnerable populations. These programs aim to mitigate the impact of economic disparities and enhance the quality of life for residents across the state. However, significant challenges persist, especially in the realm of education. The state's educational system, particularly in rural and underserved areas, requires substantial improvements to ensure equitable access to quality education. Enhancing educational opportunities is vital for breaking the cycle of poverty and empowering future generations to achieve better economic outcomes. Addressing systemic issues such as discrimination and unequal resource distribution is also critical in fostering a more equitable society. New Mexico's historical and socioeconomic disparities among its diverse population further complicate efforts to reduce poverty rates effectively. Despite the presence of supportive programs, the state continues to grapple with entrenched poverty, necessitating sustained investment in comprehensive policies that promote economic stability and social well-being. Number 4. Florida. Florida, often romanticized as a contemporary Garden of Eden with its famed Disneyland, pristine beaches, and exotic wildlife, such as manatees, belies a more intricate reality beneath its picturesque facade. Despite robust economic growth in various sectors, a significant segment of Florida's populace grapples with profound financial challenges. High housing costs, inadequate access to quality healthcare, and wage disparities collectively contribute to the persistent struggles faced by many residents, keeping them entrenched below the poverty line. This issue isn't isolated to specific regions but permeates urban hubs, rural areas, and seemingly affluent communities alike. The daily lives of Floridians, whether in bustling cities or tranquil countrysides, bear witness to the enduring presence of poverty. In recent times, efforts to tackle these challenges have been inconsistent. Although several programs aimed at alleviating poverty were introduced over the years, many have been discontinued in recent times, exacerbating the situation. Consequently, the number of Floridians reliant on welfare remains high, with 13,858 individuals per 100,000 receiving some form of assistance. This trend suggests that without sustained and effective intervention, the situation could deteriorate further in the future. Compounding these challenges, Florida's diverse demographics mean that the impacts of poverty are felt across various communities, each with distinct needs and obstacles. For instance, the elderly population, celebrated for their vibrant lifestyles, encounter issues related to fixed incomes and escalating living costs. Similarly, immigrant communities, pivotal to the state's cultural and economic tapestry, often encounter barriers to accessing essential services. Addressing these multifaceted issues demands a holistic strategy encompassing affordable housing, accessible healthcare, and equitable wages. Florida must persist in investing in policies and programs that furnish support to those in need while nurturing economic prospects and prosperity statewide. This comprehensive approach is vital to fostering a more inclusive and resilient Florida for all its residents, regardless of background or circumstance. Number 3. Illinois. Illinois, known for its dynamic city of Chicago, presents a multifaceted socioeconomic landscape. While Chicago shines as a hub of culture and commerce, it grapples with stark poverty in several neighborhoods, sharply contrasting its affluent areas. Statewide, Illinois faces significant welfare challenges, with 13,980 residents per 100,000 relying on assistance, indicative of widespread need. Both Florida and Illinois rank high not only in welfare rates, but also in absolute numbers due to their large populations. In Illinois, battling poverty is an everyday reality. Chicago's economically disadvantaged areas struggle with limited access to essential services like education, healthcare, and jobs, exacerbating social inequalities and fostering crime. The state's residents endure financial pressures, evident from aggressive marketing tactics like unsolicited refinancing offers. Addressing Illinois' socioeconomic woes demands robust policies, tackling poverty, enhancing educational and healthcare access, and fostering inclusive economic opportunities statewide. Number 2. Alabama. Alabama, renowned for its rich history and vibrant culture, holds dear three defining elements: sweet tea, poverty challenges, and the revered Crimson Tide football team of the University of Alabama. The Crimson Tide boasts a storied legacy in college football, drawing unparalleled devotion from fans who contribute to an electrifying game day atmosphere unlike any other. Despite its charm and warm hospitality, Alabama grapples with persistent socioeconomic challenges, notably poverty. Historically plagued by high poverty rates, the state has made strides but remains among the nation's leaders in this struggle. As of 2021, about 16% of Alabama's population lived below the poverty line, significantly higher than the national average of 10.5%. Currently, Alabama has lowered its poverty rate to 15.2%, yet a substantial segment of its residents still rely on welfare assistance. In terms of welfare recipients, Alabama reports 14,358 per 100,000 residents, indicative of ongoing economic disparities and access issues to crucial services. Addressing these challenges demands sustained efforts to bolster economic stability, enhance educational opportunities, and uplift overall well-being statewide. Alabama's journey is shaped by a deep-seated cultural pride intertwined with football fervor and the ongoing battle against poverty's grasp. The Crimson Tide symbolizes resilience and unity for Alabamians, fostering a community spirit that transcends the gridiron. As the state navigates its future, it must continue striving towards inclusive growth and equitable prosperity, ensuring all residents have the opportunity to thrive amid its storied landscapes and cultural tapestry. Number 1. Oklahoma. Oklahoma, centrally located in the United States, grapples with significant poverty despite boasting one of the nation's strongest agricultural sectors. The state faces pervasive financial challenges exacerbated by economic downturns, industry dominance, and disparities in educational access and employment opportunities. The intertwined nature of these issues perpetuates a cycle of poverty. Insufficient education inhibits workforce development, deterring new business ventures and contributing to elevated poverty rates, dependency on welfare, and heightened crime levels. Rural Oklahoma presents unique hurdles such as limited healthcare access and public services, further compounding poverty rates. While not the nation's poorest, the state risks decline if these issues remain unaddressed. Oklahoma's welfare rate stands at 14,641 per 100,000 residents, underscoring the critical role of welfare programs in sustaining basic needs for many individuals. Each state grapples with unique challenges influenced by population size, economic disparities, state policies, and cost of living. Understanding these dynamics illuminates the complexities of welfare systems and underscores the imperative of ongoing support for vulnerable populations. By addressing these challenges proactively, Oklahoma can foster sustainable economic growth and enhance quality of life for its residents. If you found this video informative and engaging, we encourage you to leave your feedback in the comments section below. Make sure to activate notifications so you're always informed about our latest uploads. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Goodbye for now.